I have such an amazing guest here today, Nancy Pop, Pantsy Nop on Instagram.
Feel vertical.
Nancy, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I would say your hyphenates are friend,
Oh, thank you.
director, producer, actor, writer, in that order. But you tell me, am I right, am I wrong?
Um,
Friend zero.
take the friend off, first of all. Don't get it twisted. No, I think that's pretty spot on. Maybe like switch the actor producer around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I met you kind of a long time ago now. We've been
Dare
in,
we age ourselves?
no, we dare not. You were so driven and so prolific with the filmmaking, and I just wanted to do many films with you, which we then kind of did and still do. We're going to get to the verticals. She directs vertical features and produces them as well, and just is like super powerhouse on the vertical scene right now. But I'm curious, like, in terms of how this all started, like, what was your first entree to the New York filmmaking scene? But yeah, like, how'd you get your start doing all this?
So I moved to New York for college, and I went to Marymount Manhattan College. I was studying acting. I minored in playwriting. I never sought out to direct. I never sought out to produce. I didn't even know what a producer did. I really just wanted to be an actor and write stories that I could act in with my friends and take that somewhere. And then when I started taking playwriting classes, I had an idea of like this show based on, college dating, everyone's like first little film that they
Yeah, I had one
do.
of those too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all have one of those.
Yeah.
And my advisor, my college advisor was like, "Oh, the web series boom is happening right now. Like you should turn this into a web series." So I did, called Tinderella.
Perfect.
And I filmed it over the course of a summer using money that I had left over from like waitressing and bartending. And that web series ended up helping me get my first producing job
Hmm.
right out of college. I think I was actually my last year of college, I was juggling school and this producing job where I was producing radio shows, podcasts, demo reels, reality TV segments, man on the street style interviews, like just a variety of different media. I was at that job for 2.5 years, casting, producing, writing, miscellaneous kind of things that I grew to learn is what kind of it means to be a producer. Um,
Whatever it takes to
whatever,
get the.
whatever it takes to get it done, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I ended up leaving that job after 2.5 years because I started making my own films and I wanted to do narrative. So I left the producing job and I started doing just like no budget shorts. I produced and directed a feature when I was like 21,
That's right.
22, and again, like no budget things. You're just learning as you're going and kind of making it up as you go along and doing your genuine best. But like in hindsight, I'm like, oh man, that was um but yeah, and then COVID hit
Hmm.
after, I think I was out of college then for like 3 or 4 years. COVID hit, and I started doing COVID compliance work,
Yep.
getting on more sets, bigger sets, commercials, feature films, things like that. And I ended up getting a producing job at a beauty brand. So I was an in-house producer doing commercial campaigns, photo
That's right.
shoots, things like that. But from there, it just kind of grew. Ironically, yeah, COVID was kind of a weird stimulant for my career in the sense that not many people were still in the city and or working.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of opportunities to get on set,
Yep.
and the CCO job was like, in hindsight, it's kind of like whatever, but it, got me on more sets, got me meeting more people, and yeah, exposing me to like just different work styles and practices.
Yeah, because I think, in spite of the fact that you did not go to film school, you have directed more features than anyone I know that's been to film school. I think you've directed more features than anyone I know, period. Yeah. So, what is the secret to just keeping, like, if you have a motor inside you that is generating all these opportunities and all these days on set, like, what fuels the motor? What fuels you to do all of the things that you do?
I think I just have a really insatiable curiosity of like wanting to wanting to be around more people, work with more people, see different perspectives, bring stories to life. Um test the limits of like what I'm capable of doing and what I'm able to do with the team, get creative, make magic, learn something new. And then I think as artists behind everything that we do, there's like a need for whether it's like changing the world or entertaining or educating people, or if you have like a cause behind what you do. I think for me, it's like I genuinely enjoy entertaining. And, you
Mhm.
know, I'm an actor and a performer first, and I used to do improv and stand up and all these things. And
You
for
used to do
me,
stand up?
I used to do stand up.
Holy
Yeah. I had my own podcast once upon a time. It was called Coffee and Anal. But that was yeah, another lifetime. I just love entertaining people. So I think I'm really just drawn to stories that have that more entertainment factor to them, whether it's like making people laugh or bringing people together, you know,
Mm.
causing those like warm, good feelings. And so I feel like this vertical space that I've landed in
Yeah,
recently is kind of
it's a fit.
good for that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so interesting because I feel like I'm also coming into my purpose as a filmmaker, which is, I mean, I would call it activism, changing the world through the art.
Yeah.
But I've only recently started on that. Initially, I was in the entertainment space with comedy, digital comedy series, and it really feels like a fit. Like I'm feeling more liftoff now
Mhm.
with issue-driven dramatic pieces, which is so far away from where I started. Do you feel the same of like where you are now is far from where you started, or do you feel like you were doing entertainment from the beginning?
I think I've been doing entertainment from the beginning. That first producing job that I had was again like very, you know, audience forward, and it's that type of media, podcast, radio shows, reality TV that's made for the audience rather than being made for the artist. It's not to say that I don't make things for myself. Like I have several features and a series that I wrote and other projects that I would love to do beyond the verticals I'm directing right now someday. But yeah, I think for me it was always very entertainment forward. And then to answer your question, am I like very far off? Yeah, I would say so. Like I never thought that I would be directing,
Mm.
and I never would have thought that like people would be wanting to make movies for Instagram or for apps like mobile forward audiences. Like that's still I think
Mm.
a little not like a crazy concept because we are so addicted to our phones, unfortunately,
Yeah.
but no one really saw that coming for the last like what, like 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. To me, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with verticals, but what I understand is that there is a very large overseas audience. And if they want fresh, updated, like of the now moment content, like they want to see stories like of now, they're going to need new movies. I mean, you can only watch Die Hard so many times. And some of them may not have access to TVs at home
Hmm.
or Netflix or movie theaters, but almost everyone now on the planet has access to a cell phone. So when I started thinking, I was thinking about this last week of like, why are these verticals so big overseas? China, India, Southeast Asia.
And it's accessibility,
Yeah.
what you're saying. My first cell phone was a Nokia brick. If you had told me like 20 years ago that that thing would be able to FaceTime my grandma in Romania like 9 hours ahead, I'd be like, you're crazy. But now everyone has that, and that is, for better or for worse, our accessibility to the world and other parts around the world's accessibility to us,
Yeah, totally.
which is mind blowing. There's 7 billion people in the world, and many of us have that device that we can just tune in anywhere.
Yeah, and also the fact that there a lot of the overseas, correct me if I'm wrong here, but the overseas audiences, many of them are interested in American actors for these. Is that correct?
Um, well, I think it depends. So I've like directed some projects that were specifically more for American audiences,
Hmm.
and then I've directed projects that were for an Asian or an East Asian market. And like in short, yes, but also there's so many
Yeah,
verticals that do specifically cast Chinese actors for
yeah.
Chinese audiences,
And they're filming over
and
in
they're filming in
China,
China, and so
India.
that's like their own thing over there. And those I don't think translate to an American audience. It's a very different style. It's a
Yeah.
very different like writing culture. Like the stories are I think more like too risque for American audiences. But then I've also directed projects where it's like, oh, we already have the Chinese version of this. You're gonna make the American version. And I'm kind of like, how do I do that? Because the Chinese version is so different, and I don't think it's received by American audiences as well.
Yeah, I mean, already the market is too big to really even generalize about it, because there's already micro pockets of different audiences, different styles, different genres, and it's just in the news this week. It's like, oh, Hollywood's now on the train, doing like prestige vertical dramas.
What
Um,
does that mean, prestige?
it means like not schlocky, not
Oh
soap
yeah,
opera, but more like, no, this is a real film.
yeah,
Kind of like what Quibi I think was trying to be,
yeah.
but failed. Can you? I mean, just imagine that you're those investors and you're like, we were 5 years too early and we lost like however many billions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, I don't obviously like I wasn't a part of that. I don't know the inner workings of it, but my best guess would be that if a new type of product or a new type of media is like still at a very early stage, maybe don't dump all the money in at once.
Mm.
But I don't know. I'm not an executive on those types of things.
Yeah. As far as what we do know about like general wisdom about verticals, what would you say to our audience that's like, I want to get into verticals, but I don't know how, or are they even right for me, or is it going to be a terrible experience? Like, what is the general wisdom that you can offer?
Verticals are very fast paced. You're shooting anywhere from 8 to 20 pages a day. The most I've done is 16, and that was like such a stretch and a push. They're very fast paced. If you're not someone that can quickly remember lines, or at least get the gist of the scene down, it's probably not for you. But that being said, it is a great way to get those skills up to snuff. Um, I would say the projects, every app is different, every script is somewhat different. There is like that genre of verticals where it's like billionaire, werewolf, mafia, overlord, brother's son, like whatever. Like there's that part of the vertical world, and like those
And they will be called that as
will
well.
be called
My
that, yes.
billionaire werewolf boss.
My billionaire werewolf boss fucked my goddaughter, rich and senseless. Something. Bleep that out.
We don't bleep around here.
Okay, great.
We give it raw.
Blacklisted.
Yes.
But those exist, and then like what you're saying, these like prestige ones also exist where
Yeah.
it's not quite a full feature, but it's not really a vertical anymore. So it's more like Hallmark style,
Hmm.
and it's a little less soap opera, a little more realism, but there is still heightened drama to it. Otherwise, it wouldn't work in the vertical world. I think like the biggest misconception around verticals is that it's not trying to be a film. It's not trying to replace cinema. It's not trying to replace when we go to the movies and watch an epic 2 hour long movie that was shot on film and looks beautiful. It's not meant to be that. It's an entirely different thing
What's it
altogether.
trying to do?
It's trying to get your money. You're on your phones. It's trying to make you buy coins and watch the whole thing. It's user retention. It's like, I
Uh,
mean, I don't know. I can't speak for the whole thing, but like, at the end of the day, it's a business, right? And
yeah.
so if you're buying coins to watch a show or to watch the rest of a show, that's just commerce. It's art and
I
commerce.
didn't realize that was how it worked.
Yes.
You buy coins.
Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know all the apps, I don't know all the platforms, but from what I know, you'll watch like 10 to 20 free episodes. The hook, they'll hook you in, and it's high drama. You gotta know what happens next. So you're like, how many coins? 100 coins, 200 coins, and then that's like what, 2, 5, $10, something like that.
So the movie is metered out in episodes almost.
Yeah, so each episode can be anywhere from 30 seconds to 3 minutes long, give or take.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Addictive film watching.
Yeah, it's like we're spending so much time on apps like Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, and we're just constantly scrolling. I mean, there's so many videos too where it's trying to target all of your sensory
Mm-hmm.
things going on. It's like you see textures on screen, you hear different sounds, you see text, you hear the narrator. I mean, that's like a very specific and like far-reaching version of it. It's a similar thing with verticals. Like they're pulling at your heartstrings. They're also, I think part of the slop is also part of the charm. Like,
That's
it's
our promo clip
it's
right
true
there.
though. Like the slop is part of the charm. Some of the best, some of the most viewed and most engaged with verticals online, the lighting is shit. Like there's not really a lot of continuity. Um, the acting is like over the top, but it like
Mm,
people watch that.
yeah.
It like sticks you to it because you're like sometimes watching a train wreck and you can't look away. Not that all verticals are like that,
Mhm.
but like some of the ones that do the best online,
Yeah.
those are the mobile audience. Like they're watching
Yeah.
stuff to pass time. They're watching stuff to decompress from work. Not everyone wants to come home after working 10, 12 hours and sit through Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Like
Y-
some people just want that easy, kind of rage baity, clickbaity stuff.
Yeah. That reminds me of I was watching the Drewski clip today. He did Erica Kirk. Do you know who Drewski is?
No.
He's a black 31-year-old comedian, influencer,
Okay.
a little bit on the larger side. So you can imagine how funny it is when he did a full whiteface, blonde wig parody of Erica
He
Kirk.
drag queened Erica Kirk.
He did. She's
Wow.
furious. She's like trying to sue and get the takedown.
Get over it, girl.
But I watched the clip and it's like, I don't know how many, 50 million views so far. I mean, he's just absolutely slaying with this video. And it's like very obviously a man in, makeup. It's good. It's also very good makeup. But to your point, it's like I tell my clients, you can get more views on social media than you would with a Netflix show,
You totally can.
with your like series regular on a Netflix series.
Have you heard about the cool girl in India? She like designs her own clothes and she just makes videos of herself on Instagram, literally just walking around India looking cool, vibing. And like it's become such a trend that other people are mimicking the video style and being like trying to be the cool girl in India, but I'm just the cool girl in Beirut, or I'm just the cool girl in South Korea, or I'm just the cool girl in Egypt. But it's the
Damn.
same video style, same like things that they're doing. And it's just like walking around, grabbing a sandwich, saying hello to a neighbor, helping them move a table. And all the while she's just looking cool as hell.
That's funny. That's very you.
But it's the accessibility behind it.
Yeah.
It's like again, like Bretman Rock started out as just like a kid messing around on his iPhone and he's like built an entire I don't even know, maybe it was even before the time of iPhones, but just messed around on YouTube, Instagram, made these funny videos, made people laugh, built this huge platform.
Hmm.
And like what did he start with? Just like a simple phone. And like that's the thing that I think so many people, so many actors too, like get stuck behind is like everyone's telling you like make your own content. It's like you don't need to make a whole short film
Yeah.
to validate that you're an actor.
Yeah.
If it like what is your motivation with acting? What is it that you're trying to do? Can you not do that in between booking roles
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
online?
for sure. Yeah. And I think so many actors that I talk to, because I talk to actors every day, and so many of them are either unconsciously or consciously chasing the dream, that Oppenheimer dream, that prestige dream of, who doesn't want to get up on stage and like Michael B. Jordan it and win your Oscar
Fuck yeah,
and
I do.
yeah, and like Jesse Buckley it. But if that's your only dream, you're going to be very limited in the path to getting there.
Yeah,
Versus you could be acting every single day with your phone.
totally. You could be acting every single day. You could be building an audience that could get you there someday. You could be, you know, people sharing your videos or sharing your talent or whatever, and that lands in the right
Yeah.
person's lap. I think people really limit themselves by not being online. But I do also understand the other side of it where it's like life doesn't need to be lived so fast and so loose all the time. Some people really love that kind of like
Slow and hard.
no, you got me there. Some people love to just like be unplugged, and I totally get that. And I love that too when I can have those periods of time, but I just think that the world and the culture is kind of unfortunately at a point almost beyond that, and that's like a luxury to
Mm.
be unplugged.
Yeah,
And if
definitely.
you have that luxury, power to you. I love that for you. But like some of us are still building careers out here, and like you need that. It's a tool.
So let's tell all the actors, what are some hot tips for auditioning for verticals? Like, what do they need to bear in mind? Because I'm sure you've seen 1,000,000,001 tapes by now.
God, I have so many things to say because I just looked through 2,000 casting submissions in the last 3 weeks. And like the amount of just crazy like no-nos that I saw
Oh
out
my
there,
God.
people sending me AI headshots, like literally AI headshots, and then I go to like the next photo over and they look like a totally different person. I'm like,
Why
what
would
is
they do
this? I
that?
don't know. It's insane. I don't know. I
Don't
understand.
don't do an AI
Never
headshot.
do an AI
Er,
headshot. Like, never, just don't do it. And if you can't afford a headshot, that's okay. Have someone take a nice daylight photo of your
Yeah.
face, looking normal, looking like yourself. Don't do this. And then put it through Facetune and like add a bunch of makeup. Like it, which is, it scared me. And I, like, that image is burned in my mind now forever. That AI headshot that I got. Um, but I would get a lot of that. I would get a lot of people just like not following the casting directions, not like, I understand as an actor myself, you're submitting to things every day. You kind of get lost in the sauce sometimes. But what's the point of submitting if you're not going to do it right? And show the people on the other side
Yeah.
that you're willing to play ball,
Yeah.
you know? So that's, but 2,000 submissions, you're going to get some of those. I get it. I think the biggest thing for actors to understand with verticals is that they need to know their type. Verticals are very tropey. They're very like, are you the romantic female lead, the young ingenue?
Mhm.
Are you the like hardened CEO mafia boss? Are you like the
The rich older mom.
yeah, are you the MILF?
Yeah.
Are
Was
you
I a
the
MILF
I
in your
think you're
movie?
such a MILF.
Oh my God, thanks.
Like what, like who are you in the context of these worlds, and playing to that, like playing to that strength rather than trying to like expand out of your box. I think getting into verticals is about understanding that box
Hmm.
and embracing it.
Hmm.
And it's campy, it's fun, it's not supposed to be this big serious Oppenheimer
Yeah.
thing. It's content.
It's not that
And
deep.
it's not that deep. And I think for actors and for me as a director, like it's been such an incredible like learning experience, a learning opportunity. I'm directing 3 back-to-back vertical features right now, and it's like a crash course in directing. It's a crash course in like, producing too. And for the actors, it's a crash course in acting. Like how do you build 100-page script and shoot it in 8, 9, 10 days and
Jeez.
and flex those acting skills? And I know actors that are making a whole ass living on it,
Hmm.
making more money than
Than they ever
producers
have.
I know,
Yeah.
than like other DPs or directors I know. Like it's
Wow.
crazy. And so I think people should embrace it while
Hmm.
while it's hot, because who knows if it'll stick around. I mean, I think it will. I think it is here to stay. I think it's a totally new type of media, and I think it's here to stay.
Mm.
But I am just one person, so that's my opinion.
Mm. What do you think is the range you see for day rates for actors for verticals?
I've seen ranges anywhere from 250 to 2,000.
2,000 a day.
2,000 a day for male leads.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tidy living.
Yeah. But, again, it's like you're negotiating based on experience, based on if they're traveling, you're
Hmm.
negotiating on a bunch of different things. It's not just like I'm casting such and such and I'm offering 2,000 right off the bat, it's
Yeah.
like it's a negotiation process. But I've seen that and I've heard of that. And then 250 for like day players, supporting roles. I think the sweet spot though for leads that I've seen is like anywhere from like 550 to 1,200. So the 2,000 is definitely like on the higher end.
Yeah.
And again, that comes with experience, that comes with a platform in the vertical world, that comes with like how to do this type of media, how to deliver this type of
Yeah.
content.
Because sometimes it's one take.
I don't know of any actor that like books their first vertical and they're making 2 grand a day. So
Yeah.
let's get one thing straight. Okay?
Got it. Got it. Got it. But yeah, when I was shooting the film that I did that you were directing, I wanted to see what it was like on set on a vertical, and I had a great
Yeah,
experience.
how was it for you?
Yeah, it
What was
was
it like being a vertical actor?
it was awesome because I've done so much improv and because I'm not nervous. But I also feel like you did one take or two takes on me because you knew I could just get it. I didn't need like some actors need multiple takes. I felt like no anxiety on set,
Oh, good.
which is to your credit. Um, no stage fright whatsoever. Just super happy to be there. And then I also was ready. Like every time you guys were ready, I was ready because I didn't want to waste a single second of time. And I knew that we had to move quickly. So I was like hoping to get it in one, you know, not always possible due to camera, lighting, whatever. But I do think that something to guard against, though, like candidly, is people's attitudes
Mm.
about verticals.
Mm-hmm. I'm fighting internet trolls every day.
Yeah, yeah, and I saw that a little bit on set, to be honest, but I also see it in conversations with actors, like out and about, where they are really negative on verticals, almost like for no reason. They're like, "Oh, it's trash. It's this, it's that." It's like, what's that Burger King commercial you did? Like, it's just different. No one's making you go to that job. No one's making you submit for it, but they're like really I understand there's a lot to be mad about as an actor right now, and a lot to be scared about. But I think that verticals become a scapegoat, and I sensed a little bit of that negativity from a couple people on set of like kind of shit talking because it was a vertical,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a little bit of a bummer. I was like, man, I'm here. Like I think this is cool,
Yeah.
and it's also not like nothing. The
Yeah.
money's not nothing. So those are my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean I get it. I get it from an actor's standpoint. I get it from a crew's standpoint. I get it. I think that it's very easy to buy into the negativity. It's very easy to jump into those kinds of conversations and kind of chum it up and,
Dogpile.
dogpile and like stand together and whatnot. And I get it. It's not just like the whole rest of the film industry. It's not a perfect industry. And it's a new thing and it's in development and people don't know where it's going. But at the end of the day, yeah, you can choose to do it or you can choose to not do it. No one is gun to your head being like, you are starring in my next
I mean,
vertical.
that's kind of hot when you
Mafia,
do that.
boss daddy, billionaire, ex CEO, husband,
I like
secretary.
this, right?
Like,
This
no
is,
one is making anyone do that,
you should do that later,
know?
later for me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the negativity around it is like kind of silly, and I think it's a waste of energy. I think it's like
Yes,
show some curiosity
yes.
rather than just like yeah being a negative Nancy.
Be a
Show some
positive, be
curiosity.
a positive pop,
But well, you don't even need to be a positive pop. You can be just neutral and
a
curious,
neutral Nancy.
a neutral Nancy, and you could be a curious Calvert.
Yeah, there.
Um,
Thank you.
and learn. It's again, it's a new thing. Learn everything you can
Mm,
about it, and then make a decision.
yeah,
And whatever your decision is, just go about your day. If
yeah,
you want to make no budget features for the rest of your life, go do that.
yeah. I think some of it comes from I've heard a couple of agents trickling down to their clients that they don't want clients who have done verticals.
Oh.
Yeah. So like drawing a line in the sand of like, you guys are over there, we're over here.
I am having a totally different experience as a producer director on verticals. And what I have been seeing more and more of throughout these recent casting processes is that a lot of these agents and agencies have opened up vertical divisions in their agency.
Wow.
And I find that fascinating because I'm seeing verticals at CC'd in all these email threads with offers out to actors.
Wow.
And so I'm not seeing that from my side, but that is fascinating to
Well,
know that
do you think
that
they're
is
sort
happening.
of corralling all of their vertical actors to one section?
It's possible.
Yeah.
But again, we don't know where it's going, so perhaps in a year or two they'll all
Sure.
be regretting that.
Short-sighted, yeah. I find that if I were to generalize about vertical actors, the generalization would be that they're all very hot. Do you think that's accurate?
I think all the leads are really hot. All the leads are really hot. They're supposed to be hot. I think in my creative directorial mind with the verticals, it's almost meant to be somewhat voyeuristic.
Mm.
Like you're putting
Fantasy driven.
yeah, it's like fantasy driven. Like, yeah, all this stuff is fantasy driven. In what world are you going to like accidentally have sex with someone and then 5 years later it turns out they're your boss and they're a billionaire and
It's happened to
your
me.
son is their child? Like
That part's okay.
it's all fantasy driven. And so, yeah, the actors are hot and they're good looking and many of them are talented, and some of them can keep doing this for a little bit,
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, I would say like not all the day players, the one-liners, the background. I think that's where there's like a bit more freedom, flexibility to have like more diversity, more inclusion, more different kinds of looks. Like you don't need to be that gorgeous 10 out of 10 bombshell knockout.
Yeah.
You can be just a person or a really good actor.
Yeah.
Some of the best actors I've worked with in my life so far have been some of the people that have played supporting roles in these verticals.
Thanks.
Case in point.
Thanks.
Case in point.
No, it's true though, because I look at what I watch for Instagram Reels, and I watch a lot of comedy, to be fair, and most of them are not conventionally attractive. I don't care. Literally, I don't care. It's all shapes from like 4 feet tall on up to, almost 7 feet tall, like all different body types, all different cultural backgrounds, genders. And so hopefully that, vertical features can start to follow that as we build more of an American audience. Just because there is such a hunger for new faces, new voices, new type of, I don't like new voices. Like, I kind of don't like that I said that. It's a little bit cheesy, but you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like new shit.
New shit. We love new shit. Yeah.
So if you were to tell people where to find your shit, where would they go?
You can find my shit at Spielbertical on Instagram. Spielbertical, or my personal Instagram, Pantsinop, my alter ego. I also run a production company called In Case You Missed It Productions, so people can also find me at ICYMI Productions on Instagram.
Nice.
Or ICYMIProductions.com. We do all the verticals through ICYMI.
And if people want to watch these verticals, where can they find them? Are there apps that they can go on?
There are apps. So the majority of the verticals that I've done are on an app called Salty TV. Salty TV definitely does more of like the cinematic, higher quality, like proper narrative, almost like a Hallmark film vertical style. I've directed for Drama Box and a few others. And every now and then I'll be sharing those clips on Instagram as I can.
Cool. Well, I guess any final words of wisdom for filmmakers who are watching this right now and thinking, shucks, I wish I was more like Nancy.
Well, you definitely don't wish that. And I would say that I think my biggest sign off on verticals is show some curiosity, put your best foot forward. And I compare verticals almost to like Chekhovian plays. And some of them like have like a Shakespearean element to it.
Yes.
And back at the time of those plays and famous playwrights,
that's right.
People also made fun of, or like that was their soap opera.
Yeah.
That was
people thought it was corny.
It was corny, and that was their entertainment. And now in the 21st century, we look back on that and it's high art.
Yeah.
And so you might be shitting on it now.
Yeah.
But you might not always be saying that later.
Yeah, for sure. And you know who was one of the biggest self-promoters in history of acting? Was Shakespeare.
Yes.
He was relentless. And people are so shy to promote their work on social or anywhere. It's like, how are you going to get people to know what you're doing? Gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
So everyone follow Pantsinop on Instagram and anywhere else, LinkedIn?
I'm on LinkedIn, unfortunately. I'm on Facebook, also unfortunately. But Instagram is my digital home. That's where I build my digital garden. I'm on Pinterest a lot more sometimes than Instagram. That's my digital cave.
Okay.
So I'm not social on Pinterest.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
In Buona Shavana.
In Buona Shavana.
The Vermilion Podcast is sponsored by Vermilion, a home for artists. We offer classes, coaching, and community for creatives and innovators in the arts. If you're ready to find your voice and build the life of your dreams, we're here to support you every step of the way. Check out clubvermilion.com and schedule a free call today.